Hey, we got Jesse Lee Peterson. No time to waste. Let's hop right into it. Y'all know how I do.
I think you guys are also worried about the fact that there are people from other countries are coming in here and changing the culture of America.
Yes.
I think that's completely fine. Why would that be a problem?
You think that's fine to change the culture of America?
Yeah.
If they do that, if we allow that, they're going to end up with the same kind of hellhole they left. You were granted asylum here in the U.S. Are you grateful for that?
Am I grateful for that? I feel more of like I'm kind of entitled to it. Like I can, so yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say grateful. So I'm really? Just like yeah. You guys should let me.
That was a bad word to use, entitled. But again, I want you guys to think about this when it comes to immigrants, right? We are a nation of immigrants. If you do it properly, you come over the right way. Most of the time, after 2-3 generations, they're just as American as anybody else. It doesn't change with people coming in. It doesn't. The Haitians living up in Springfield right now, you can already see a process of them turning into Americanizing themselves. It's interesting to watch it. You can already see it. And I can guarantee you 2-3 generations, if they get to stay that long, because Trump's talking about deporting them, they'll be just as American as everybody else. We need people in this country. Immigrants help build this nation. And the majority of people who were some of the biggest business titans were immigrants. They're from immigrant families. I don't know. But yeah, let's keep going.
Me in here, so yeah.
So you feel entitled to asylum here in this country. Why?
I'm pretty much like a pro-immigrant, open border kind of person.
Right.
So
why should we let you in though?
Why
do you feel entitled to come here? That we should allow you to just come here?
Well, I'm kind of far left socialist, and so the philosophy of that is just help the people who are in need. So I think, and I fit the criteria for asylum here.
And so you're not grateful because you feel entitled.
You could. I'm happy that you guys let me in here. So
right.
Grateful. Maybe you can use that word. Sure.
This is mind blowing. And so when you let in under President Trump or Obama administration?
I was let in just a few months after. Yeah, Trump administration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which many people say that the reason why I was there so long is perhaps due to the pro-Trump, the anti-immigrant sentiments that Trump created with his administration. So that could be a factor.
The reason you were where so long?
While I was in jail.
Oh, so once you came here because you were an immigrant, you were in jail for a while.
Yeah, because that's the horrible thing about the immigration system, which most Americans don't know, is that they treat you as a threat before you prove otherwise.
Right.
And so you have to basically fight a court case while in jail.
Wow.
And during that whole court case, you have to be in jail, which is absolutely ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
How did they find out you were here? Because you just came in, you flew in. And did you turn yourself in or something? How did they know you were in this country?
How did I?
I
just came in completely legally with a passport, and then in the airport, I was just. I didn't think that if I told them I wanted to immigrate here, they would arrest me. And so once I was in the airport, I was like, yeah, I want to come in here and immigrate. Yeah, which is very.
Jesse is funny.
Weird, because if I effectively sneaked in past the customs and then I applied for asylum, I wouldn't be sent to jail. But since I told them right at the airport, then I had to spend the time in jail and wait for my court case to finish.
Well, at least he was honest about that. He didn't lie about that.
Then go out. So it's a pretty horrible immigration system. Yeah.
And so, how long were you in jail here?
How
long?
11 months.
Really?
Horrible, yeah.
Wow.
Very ironic that I spent longer time in jail here than in Singapore. Though the quality of the jails here were better. So.
And so what were you doing while in jail?
Even our jail qualities is dope here, man. Get up out of here. We the best country in the world. Turn up.
Just making the best time I could, exploring the people, talking to the jail people, learning chess. I spent a lot of time learning about chess. So.
And so are you going to stay here, or are they going to grant you citizenship?
Maybe in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So you lived in Chicago for a while. You were in jail in Chicago. Illinois, and you lived there. How do you like LA compared to Chicago?
LA seems more my kind of people, I think. The people in LA seem more entrepreneurial, diverse, creative.
Wait, if he's from Singapore, how did he get asylum? I wonder if he got asylum because he came into the country and they arrested him. And once they figured out that he was okay, they let him go, and he's now on the process to becoming a citizen. But that actually sounds a little easier. I don't know. Something is wrong with that. Something's not right about this story.
And also, it's much more left-wing in LA, I think.
Oh, yeah,
Chicago State, yeah.
It is.
So, yeah, I think people are more my kind of vibe. I also like the scenery. It seems better. Nice palm trees and stuff.
How are you taking care of yourself? Do you have a job?
Do I have a job? I'm pretty much money from YouTube and online donations.
Money from YouTube and online donations?
Yeah,
Really?
I make just enough to pay rent and food.
Oh, so you have an apartment and everything, and you make your money from YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just enough. I wish I had more money, But.
You can't do that in Singapore.
I was doing that in Singapore.
You pay your own rent from YouTube?
In Singapore, it's free rent because parents are there. So.
Oh, I see, yeah. So what do you think of Donald Trump immigration policy? I know you just said it's bad, but what do you think of President Trump's immigration policies?
Oh yeah, they're horrible. And basically it's been all anti-immigrant deport, lots of mass deportations, preventing people from coming in. Yeah, I think it's absolutely horrible.
And do you think that we should allow illegal aliens to just come into our country?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the very bad thing. They say that you let people from more dangerous countries come in, it increases the crime rate, and that's the thing. Like 0.1% of the people who come in are actually a threat, and they increase the crime rate. But 99.9% of the people, the illegal people who come in, they benefit the economy. They lead a much more better life than they did in other countries. So I think there's a far bigger net benefit to letting these immigrants in.
But they don't enhance the country. They come in and they drain the system. They rely on the government for free housing, free food, free education, free everything. So you have illegals coming into your country and you don't know who they are. You have criminals and drug dealers and drugs and all kinds of MS-13 gang members coming in. Why should we allow that into our country?
The bad people who don't contribute, who rape and do crimes or whatever, is a very small percentage.
Well, how do you know that?
How do I know that?
Yes.
Stats and general common sense, I think.
Yeah.
Or are you saying that majority of the illegal people
The majority of them are good, but we need to be a nation of laws for sure. Like, he's right. The majority of them are good people.
Are dangerous, bad people?
Absolutely.
I don't think that's true.
No, it's absolutely true.
How is it true?
They,
that?
just the other day, a driver, illegal from El Salvador or somewhere.
You see, that's the thing. You guys always take these anecdotal stories, and you all make it seem like these small, isolated cases represents a huge immigration problem when they just make up 0.1% of the people who come in here, whereas 99% of the illegal immigrants, they're all benefiting the economy and leading a better life than they have
They
here.
are benefiting the economy because they actually dump money. They do actually pay taxes. Everything they buy, there's a tax on what they buy. Even the IRS has a track on what they buy, so the IRS knows that illegals dump at least, I think last time I checked it was 10 to 20 billion dollars into the economy or something, maybe higher. But they dump a lot of money into the economy, so they actually do help. This is why I think people aren't too pressed to get them. People are, this administration is, but I think a lot of administrations weren't as pressed to get them out as this administration is.
They're not good workers or anything.
Well, I think that especially in LA, there are many.
I'm sorry?
Especially in LA, there are many jobs where immigrants do and provide that generally benefits the economy, especially in LA, because.
Most of them send their monies back to the countries that they came from.
Even if that were true, I don't see a much big problem with that. So I don't look at it in a way that I look at it in a way that you let immigrants in, you manage to help more people in the world, as opposed to just thinking about yourself.
But we do let them in. We let them come into the front door and not the wide open door, just walk across the border. So they do come in, but we need to put. Are you for the wall around the borders? President Trump is going to put up a big, beautiful wall.
Oh no, it's ridiculous! Just a complete waste of money. So, yeah, you're pro-Trump for the wall.
100%.
Huh?
Big, and I want it to be big and beautiful and a white wall.
Interesting. Okay.
Why not a black wall, Jesse?
Nice.
Are you surprised that I'm for that?
Nah, black conservative, so I get that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What do you get about that?
But you're for the wall. You're pretty much, I think, anti-immigrant, like in paranoid state of frenzy against immigrants, so, which is ridiculous. But yeah, that's another thing we strongly disagree on, I guess.
How is it that you come into a country that protect you from your country, and you don't have a sense of appreciation for it?
How do I guess I do appreciate if you want me to. I guess I do appreciate you guys letting me come here, but yeah, in a way I feel entitled too, I guess.
You feel entitled?
Yeah.
And what caused you to feel entitled? Why should we be happy to have you here?
I think basically a socialistic mindset is you should just feel good if you help other people. So as you said, like before, you're saying that immigrants come in here for the healthcare and the education.
Ooh, I know white folks watching this video not liking this. Woo! Woo!
Why is that a bad thing? You're helping them out. They're leading a life far better than they would be in like the Middle East or some hellhole they're in. Why shouldn't you feel happy?
Why shouldn't they stay there and fight for their country, to improve their country? Why should we take all these people from the S-hole countries?
Because they're leading far worse and horrible lives. That's why they came here, to lead a much better life. And I think America should welcome them and feel good that we're helping them with healthcare and education instead of they're leeching up.
Right now we're trying to get rid of the DACA. You know what DACA is, right?
Yeah.
The aliens who came over as children.
Yeah, so ridiculous, yeah.
And so you're not for sending them back. What do you think about, they feel entitled as well.
Oh, yeah.
You notice that? They try to tell us what to do, how to do it, when to do it. They're marching and protesting. You think it's right for them to do that? Or should they just be quiet and appreciate so that we can say, okay, they're nice people, let's keep them?
Oh, no, it's ridiculous. The anti-immigrant sentiment is completely ridiculous. Ridiculous. I think you guys are also worried about the fact that people from other countries are coming in here and changing the culture of America.
Yes.
I think that's completely fine. Why would that be a problem?
You think that's fine to change the culture of America?
Yeah.
But they're going to, if they do that, if we allow that, they're going to end up with the same kind of hellhole they left. All they're doing is bringing their culture here and recreating it. They're not making the country better. They're making it worse. Why should we allow that to happen?
I think to answer that question, it's more, it's less of bringing in the bad values of the culture from their other country and more of creating more diverse set of.
We don't need that.
We don't need that. Jesse is always hilarious, y'all. No, but hey, look, like he kind of don't. You can't say you're entitled, but I mean, like definitely grateful that you're here is definitely a good thing, you know. And he seemed like he was grateful, like he escaped whatever country. I didn't know it was that bad in Singapore. I got to look into it. I thought Singapore was a really great nation. I thought their president, there was I forgot the leader's name, but I thought he fixed it up to where it was pretty good. So I don't know. Anyways, y'all, I'm out. Peace.